Overconfident Sports. I'm Rohan.
I'm Julian.
And today we're going to be talking about something that almost everybody, whenever they've been in basketball, has argued about. Who is the GOAT? So, let me ask you, who is the GOAT?
I don't think it's a debate.
It's not?
It's debatable, but it's not. You don't have a valid debate against this person.
Okay.
No one's better than Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I haven't heard that before. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Because some people say LeBron, some people say Kobe, some people say Kareem, some people say Magic. You can't really say Magic because Jordan beat him. You can maybe say Bird, but Bird doesn't have the same ceiling.
Bird had an injury-plagued career, unfortunately. And also his skill set. It's like the GOAT needs athleticism too. Bird, it's like the whole why isn't Luka number one right now? That type of shit.
No, facts. And Luka's coming up though. I think he will either win MVP next year or the year after.
I want to say this about Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is literally already a superstar, in my opinion. And he is the next top 3 player in the league. I wouldn't say right now, but he is going to be in the next 2 years. Or this coming year.
Facts. But the whole Michael Jordan thing, when it comes to me, 6-0 speaks volume. 6-0 and never going to a Game 7. And plus playing the competition. A lot of people don't take that into account, especially the road you had to go, because you think about it. Let's name all the people that Michael Jordan has dethroned. He dethroned,
Lakers.
Or not even dethroned, just stop them from either having a championship or even have a chance at a championship.
Have they won a championship or they just stopped them?
To stop them from getting a championship?
Lakers?
Like saying, no, because Magic got a championship.
Oh, okay. They didn't get a championship. Okay.
So,
76ers, Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley did not get one because of Jordan.
Yeah, but that was because of the Suns.
Suns.
So, let's read off all the people that he's knocked off. So he knocked off Reggie Miller in the Pacers with Jalen Rose and Smits. Then we have.
I want to actually say one thing on that, on the Pacers one. The Pacers' most impressive is one of the most impressive because they were out for blood. They should have at least one championship.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like if Michael Jeffrey Jordan was not in the NBA and wasn't still in the baseball league, they would have at least one championship.
Exactly.
I don't know what's gonna. Reggie Miller was on another planet that season. It was insane.
But he knocked off Reggie. He knocked off Patrick Ewing in the Knicks. He knocked off the bad boy Pistons when he finally got Scottie Pippen from his migraine. Then he knocked off Charles and the Suns. He knocked off Stockton and Malone for the Jazz.
That one's insane because if you don't know, Karl Malone is the second on the all-time scoring list, or is he third now?
I think he's second.
He's second. Think about that. The guy behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in points does not have a championship. And John Stockton, one of the greatest point guards of all time, does not have a championship.
Most assists of all time, I believe.
Most assists. Top 10 point guard of all time. Maybe top 5. We don't know.
Knocking off Shaq and Penny in the Magic. Knocking off Gary Payton and Sean Kemp in the Supersonics.
Remember he was like,
come on,
he's like the glove. I had no problem with the glove.
Dude, it was just, she was straight baby food. That's basically what he said.
Gerber life.
Yeah, dog, straight up. And then again, a lot of people don't know this as well. Michael Jordan has is a 9-time all-defensive player. A one-time defensive player of the year. LeBron James could never win a defensive player of the year. Let's be honest. Let's be real honest. You can maybe say he can, but has he actually shown the ability to? No, he has not.
Well, we know that he's a great defensive player. He's a very good defensive player.
Great.
I will say great because of an overall arsenal and deep impact he makes, but...
Okay, let me ask you this. Is it because he's great because he's made spectacular defensive plays, or is he overall a great defender?
I would say, I'm going to say overall, just looking at what he's done to teams on the defensive end, but I'm not going to say he's like top defensive. But speaking of LeBron, I wanna ask you about that. I'm gonna ask the questions the audience is probably gonna ask in this situation.
Please do.
I'm gonna say this is the biggest thing that comes into a lot of people. Michael Jordan, he had Phil Jackson. He had Phil Jackson for those 6 championships, and whereas LeBron has had great coaches, but he didn't have Phil Jackson. What do you say to that?
Who made Phil Jackson?
Who made Phil Jackson?
Who made Phil Jackson? Think about it. If you go back to even The Last Dance, if you watch that documentary, he was an assistant coach for the Chicago Bulls before, and then he was hired as a head coach by the general manager because Michael Jordan, I guess, he wanted to implement that Michael Jordan played less isolation basketball and contributed more to his team. So, if you think about it, yeah, you can say Phil had something to do with that, but at the same time, the players have to go out there and play. You can be the best coach in the world, you can be the best at X and O's, but the product has to show for something. You know what I mean? So that's not a valid argument to me.
For the coaching perspective.
From the coaching perspective, because Phil ain't shit without Mike, and who knows if Mike is shit without Phil? We don't know that.
We just know that. See, Mike didn't win a championship without Phil. That's the one thing that a lot of people, I think, get mixed up. I think the point here to think about is that I think that really LeBron had one thing Jordan didn't have. He had organization support. You know what I mean? Like LeBron had the whole, like the support of organizations. He had that control factor. You know, that I don't know if like in a sense where Jerry Krause and Michael Jordan were never on the same terms. Whereas LeBron had like a better relationship, so I guess that can factor in and kind of balance out that whole situation. But I think, in my opinion, LeBron is the GOAT of this era. Like you know, the whole 2000s up, you know? He's the GOAT of this era, but also to the people who think LeBron is the GOAT, you can't say somebody's the GOAT until their career is over. You can't say that. It's the greatest of all time. It's not the greatest right now. It's not the GRN, it's the GOAT. Argue for people who are done. And they've put their resume on the table. Jordan put his resume on the table, we compare it, he's the GOAT. When LeBron puts his resume and he submits his retirement fund and his retirement papers, then we'll compare that. I have a problem with that. Like, he's still playing. Like, LeBron is still playing. How can you say somebody's the GOAT when they're still a player? Like an active player.
No, I get what you're saying. It's just because, think about the hype that LeBron James
hype
going through.
Bro, hype isn't valid. Like, it's not like, hype is hype. It fades away. You know, valid basketball points are valid basketball points.
No, that's facts. But he's been in the spotlight since he was 16. That's what I'm saying.
The whole wow factor.
Exactly.
You know, and some people get too excited. They're like, yeah, he's the GOAT. I'm like, he's the GOAT? I mean, let's wait till he retires.
Okay, just to end it off though, one last point. Would LeBron James be doing the same exact thing if he played in Jordan's era? That's all I say.
I will say yes, because he is physically a freight train. I'll say that. I think he could withstand the physicality. Other players, don't know, but LeBron, I think he would have been fine, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like his physique and how he takes care of his. That's funny though. You didn't have the type of support system you had back then. Like the whole people around you. You have people to stretch you.
Exactly.
So that's the funny part. But hey, I mean, that's kind of how we feel about the GOAT debate. I mean, we're not gonna be ones to say LeBron is the GOAT. Sorry to all the people who think he is, but we're kind of trying to be logical about it. And I'm gonna continue this discussion about if LeBron's the GOAT when he retires. That's my take on it. But hey, I guess Jordan's the GOAT right now.
I mean, he's always gonna be the GOAT. So
we'll see how that plays out.
Sorry. It is what it is.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for watching today. We really appreciate it. Go like, subscribe.
Click the notification bell.
Exactly. And then follow Overconfident Sports or Overconfident _ Sports. My bad. But see y'all later.